we're going to continue with that video. Now it's time to alter our pattern into a kind of a Basque dress, to alter it and do every other alteration like tightening. Yeah, so now I'm just going to go and do the on the bust tightening. Round on the bust is 31. So 1/4 of that will be 7 3/4 now. That's what I have here on my tape roll, and this is what is there. In most cases, by the time you take 1/4 out of the what you have here, you tend to get 1.5 remaining. Most time, I have always been doing this. 1.5 is what you have as the difference that you need to use to tighten down the bust. So let's confirm that here now. Exactly what I have here. I don't know if you can see what I have here. This is what guys, 1.5. Can you see that? That 1.5, we're going to divide it here. Half of it will go towards the center front on this other leg, towards the center front, and 1 inch will go on this other side. 1 inch like this, 1 inch this way, and then we're just going to do this, guys. Once we do that, you're just going to go ahead and do this. We're doing the underbust tightening, and on this part, I'm just going to turn it this way a little bit. We're going to do the underbust tightening. Can you see that, guys? And then you roll it down, connect it back to that leg, and this side too, you connect it back to the that leg, and that's the way to do your underbust tightening. Doing your underbust tightening, that's all you need to do. Measure from the center front 1/4 of what you have for the round of the bust. Whatever you have left, you want to divide it between both legs. 0.5 to this side and 1 inch to this side, depending on what you have. But most cases, I do 0.5 here. If you have more than 1.5, maybe 1 3/4, you want to do just 0.5 here and the remaining on this part. So that is what I've done here. And the next thing I will be doing here now is to actually get my midpoint from this shoulder slant to the neckline, locate the midpoint, and then once I'm able to do that, I'll show you the next step to do. I'll just place my tape like this, then fold it like this to be able to get the midpoint, because having to be calculating, you understand. By so doing, you get your midpoint, then we'll connect it to the bust point this way. Connect it to your bust point that way. Can you see that, guys? Connect to the bust point. And one more thing we need to do was, I'll still get to that, because this is a kind of a cup. It has a cup bra shape, a cup bustier. That's what we're doing. A cup bustier. What do we want the dress? You know, it's a sleeveless one, as you can see in the video. So I'll be coming down by 7 inches. If it's 7, it's going to be here, and the cleavage she wants is 10 inches. Okay, that's fine then. So let's come down by 7. We'll come down by 7. Sometimes I use between 6.5 7. So let's come down by 7 here. Then you roll the line. Is that my 7? Yeah, this is my 7. I came down from the shoulder by 7 inches, and that will be my over bust line, just for you to know. And on this part, I'm going to be doing the tightening. Sometimes I use 0.5, sometimes I use 0.75. So you can either use any one you feel like. I think I'll go by 0.5. 0.5. I use 0.5 most of the time actually. So either way, they will connect it here. Just connect it like this. If you don't want to use something too curvy, then this way too, you connect it this way. If you have been watching my video for some time, I normally use 0.75. Yeah, I'm using 0.5 because this is a kind of an off the shoulder, not off the shoulder now, a sleeveless dress with no yoke, with no sleeve. So, and this is going to go out by the time we're done. And make sure you want to connect this nicely so that it doesn't show any sharp edge. And that is for that. Now to the cleavage, guys. This is the cleavage. It's 0.5. let me go by 9.5. Then I'll go in from there. I'm going to go in by 0.5 inches because it's a cup bustier. I'm going to be taking a 0.5, marking 0.5 here, and rule a line down. 0.5 and rule the line down. Okay, so that you rule a line down for that. Then the next thing we want to do here is go ahead from here. When you go in by 0.5 here, we want to connect it to this part of the leg of the dart that we extended up where we tighten it up here. So all you need to do is just connect it this way. Okay, see that? Because it's not meant to get here. If you want it to get here, that means it's just going to go like this. And then this has to go back up here. Can you see that? So is either you let it go this way, depending on the style, or you let it go this way. I'm going to go by this one. Yeah, because I don't want the chest to, looking at the picture there, I think this will be better. So we're going to go by this. Then we'll take this out. Yeah. So that is it. From your pattern, you can always tell the way it's going to look like. So the next thing, one thing I want us to do, I'm still coming back here, because joining it here like this, connecting it like that, if one thing you need to make sure you do first is to close the pattern. I might need to just separate this one. Just close the pattern here. You want to close it, bring this part, you know we tighten it already. You want to bring this part, the other side of it, here on it. Reason being that if you don't do that, if you notice, let me just use a pencil so that can you see the difference there? That difference really will make lots of difference. Like, you just need to take note of that. It's very, very important. So I have to reconnect it again. By the time you be joining it together, you might have a shortage on that part. Definitely you have a shortage. So you want to quickly just connect it back that way. Can you see that? There's need for you to close the pattern before you draw out this particular part. And that is what we've done. So now the next thing we want to do is to connect it this way. From the underbust on this part, we want to connect it to the side of it. And that's what we're going to do now. This is going to be cut together with this bottom bit. We're cutting out our bust, our cup rather, the cup part of it. Can you see what I'm doing? You shape it that way to connect to this part, and this is going to serve as our cup, one of the side of our cup. Side of the cup, and that's the way you see me place the ruler there, the cuff ruler, that part, and then coming in on that side by 1.5 at the bust, the chest line. Then I'll go ahead and shaping it that way. Yeah, like, or just as you know that it's a sleeveless dress with a strap, so we just blend it on that part, and by so doing our cup is ready. That's it. That's me just trying to um make it more bold and trying to get the right look for it on that part. And now we have it ready. Go ahead and label it, the side front, the middle front, yeah, middle front, center front on that part, center front, and the same thing, center front. So that's the way to go about it. And then now we're going to just separate the patterns. Go ahead and cut out the patterns. And this is me trying to show you how I went about cutting the patterns out. So that way you just want to cut out the cup part of it on that side towards the center front, as you see me do in the video. And that is it, guys. One side is already cut out, and the other parts of the half body blocks. So go ahead and cut out that part. Remember to cut on the underbust tightening. That's where we're going by. Then go ahead and cut that part too. And then yes, that's just the simple way to go about cutting out your cup bustier. And we have it that way. And once I'm done cutting that part out and that of the side front, that part, I'm still going to keep the pattern because that's what I'll be using to cut my strap. I love going by pattern. Yes, so I'm going to keep that aside. Then I will go ahead and sellotip that part together because we want it to be together except for the cup. So the bottom bit is going to be together. Then we'll go ahead later on to just alter it into a basque. So that's what I'm just about to do. I'll grab my sellotape and join it together. But then we need to go ahead and move to the back pattern to alter it into into the style. So I'll come down how low I want it, following by the front one as well, because the underbust at the underbust side, there did I say on the bust armor side has to go with the back. So I'm going to be aligning that as we go along in the video. So this is me trying to do the overbust, the tightening up there, just by 0.25 0.25 we do the tightening, and I'll connect it to the that line just as you see me do. Connect it on that part too. This is to eliminate any bulging, and yeah, so to make it relax at the back. So after doing that, I want to just go ahead, yeah, for the lacing at the back. I marked 1.5 there at the top and 1 inch down there for the lacing. So I'm going to be cutting that part out, and you can as well use that part to cut out your modesty panel, the covering at the back of the dress. You know that by the time you put the lacing, you want it for those that want it really covered, not showing their skin. So I'm going to cut that part out as well. Yes. So that's what I'm trying to explain there, because there's going to be lacing at the back. So that is it, guys. And then we want to go ahead. I'm thinking of shaping it on that part, but I don't want it to be too low. Yeah, so that it can hold nicely, stay in place. And being the fact that it's a sleeveless one, so that's the way. So I'll see, go ahead now, and I want to draw another style line, yeah, for the darts, because looking at the pattern now, the dart is so close to where the lacing will be. So for one of the dart leg, I'm going to be transferring it on the new line that I've just drawn. So I'll keep the one close to the center back, and then this other one that I'll be cutting out, yeah, I'm going to keep that part here because it's so close, as you can see. So I've just cut out this part that you see me roll out. Then I'll transfer the 0.75 on the new style line that I've just drawn, and then connect it that way. I'm just going to connect it that way, and that is it, guys. So one of this dark leg will go, while this other one will be the one to replace that one. Yeah. So that is it, guys. So you just want to do it the way you understand it better. You can decide to draw as many style line. You can just decide to just keep it as simple as that for the back. Just did that. It's also okay. So I've brought the front panel on the side, just to see if it does stays in line with that. And I discovered the inches I came down with, yeah, because of that part there that we have the shaping of the armor. So I need to just make a little bit adjustment, because I really want it to really blend together, flow together nicely. Yeah. So I actually went ahead again to come down by 1 inch instead of this, was it 6.5 inches I used initially. So just to align with the side front. And that's what you see me do. It's just simple. With pattern drafting, you'll be able to see the results even from the pattern, like the way it's going to look like. So, and if I had wanted to go by the first line, I can as well do it. Yes. So then I'll go ahead and then label it, the upper bit, so that you need to label it so that you don't make mistake. The up and the down of the pattern, you want to go ahead and label it. So for it to be very easy for you when you're joining it together, so that you don't end up using the down part for the upper part. So that's me. I've gone ahead to cut out that part for the lacing, which is out. I'll keep the pattern as well. And then this part, like I said, will go ahead that way. That's on the center, aside front, side back. Now, can you see that? We're taking out the darts with the one we transfer to the other side. We need to take that away. And that's the part you see me cutting at the moment. So from the side back that way, I will cut here. So I'll go ahead now. The part I'll be cutting on this part is the one close on this side. Can you see that? I will leave that side and then cut this part off, because that's the one I've transferred on the new style line. because it's the other side is just too close to the listen, to where the listen eyelets will be. So that is it, guys. Just that way. And if you want to keep it simple, you can as well keep it simple. Don't no stress. Just do it. So far your pattern drafting, you've done the pattern drafting, you everything is fine. You get it the style line, you can do it. You can just use the normal that and then place your boning. Just mark where you want your boning to be. That also is fine. So that is it, guys. I'm going to ahead to label it center back, middle back, side back. So bringing everything together with my front pattern. And that is it, guys. Can you see that? Now I'm just going to go ahead and join the the base, the front pattern now. Aside from the cup one, I'm just going to go ahead and join that other part because we're making it as a whole. Like we're converting this into a box. So yeah. So then I remember there's something I also did. I wanted it to have a kind of a little bit of shape on that part. So you can always, when you're working with pattern, get to see before you cut it out, you see the look of it. So I decided to come down a little bit on the center back just to give it another shape there. Yeah, so that is it. Yeah, before I will then go ahead and alter the front into a basque. Yeah, so just take your time, and that is it, guys. I was just trying to explain on that part. And bringing back my front pattern now. I've already joined it together. Okay, I think I'm here to join it here. Placing it on another paper, then go ahead and sellotape it down. I want to confirm the waist measurement again, 1/4 of that and the underbust, and it's just perfect. So I'll go ahead. This is the way to go about converting, changing that waistline into a box now, your pattern. So I'm thinking of either using 3.5. You can use 3, 3.5, or 4, at most 4 most times. But you want to make sure you also measure it on yourself and your client. So I'm just going to be looking at it now. This is the first one of 3.5. It was a 3.5 or 3, and then the other one I used was 4 inches. So I'm just going to view it and see which one I should go for. Yeah. So yeah, and then extend your that line. That is if you're going to be placing your boning on that line. I'm still going to do something as we go along in the video. So this is me trying to draw more style line on the pattern where I want the boning to be. You can draw it. If you view it and it's not okay, clean it off and do it again. The center one where the dark leg was, I cleaned it off and I wanted to make it to be slant. Yeah, so I thought, okay, let's make it to be slant. So I went ahead to withdraw the line. So you can always do that. Like I said, from your pattern, you'll be able to see if the look and how it's going to look like. So that is it. And I've gone ahead to clean out the 3.3 inches I came down with. So I'm going with 4 inches. Yeah. So that is me. This is just how to go ahead to just convert your pattern, your half body blocks with a cup into a basque, and go ahead and place it on your fabric, unfold, cut it out, add your sewing allowances, and then cut your